Inshallah and Ashe, divine will's blessings to you and for you. Are you ready to join me to spill the tea? We're going to be doing some tea time talks, brewing success and magic. So go ahead and sip with us on the third Friday of every month. Join us for an exclusive experience. Spill the tea. Prepare to tantalize your senses, ignite your curiosities, and quench your thirst for inspiration in spiritedness. Get ready to spill the tea, where we steep captivating conversations and unveil the secrets to success. In a world brimming with untold stories and uncharted journeys, Spill the Tea becomes your golden ticket, or at least your golden nugget, to a realm of endless possibilities, a realm where dreams take flight and aspirations sprout their wings. Each month, we'll brew the freshest ideas, steep the most thought-provoking insights, and serve up the juiciest anecdotes from extraordinary individuals who ventured far beyond the ordinary into embracing the extraordinary. As we immerse ourselves in these enriching dialogues, I'll be on hand to answer all your questions about developing your intuitive gifts, ritual, magic, and personal medicine, also known as gift and purpose. So don't miss out. Subscribe to my weekly muse for the latest login details. Our rendezvous will take place online through Zoom. So go ahead and ensure you're Zoom ready, whether you're going to use your web browser or by downloading the app for seamless sound. Are you ready to spill the tea with me and explore topics like headphones are highly recommended to unveil the magic? Ashe, I'll see you on the other side. Inshallah and Ashe. Blessings to you and for you, my energetic beings. My name is the Tonya Dee. I am a practicing holistic shaman, a medium, an otherworldly life coach, a subtle energetic surgeon, and by design, I am a reflector. I'm a seer to the unseen. And if you are new to my channel, to my show, please subscribe. And if you're just arriving to my show, I've been doing moon meditations new and full for over 2 years, I believe. And in doing the moon meditations as a reflector in human design, following the moon through the seasons and the gates and the seasons through the houses of astrology, the linearity and the frequency of the moon, also through the gates in human design. I've also been doing ritual, indigenous ritual, connecting with the elementals, Chinese medicine, astrology, 4 pillars, even into the energetic centers and the fields. And really, it's a choreography of the elemental realm and all the things. I should probably do an entire show about the patterns that have really appeared in my life, the scales. But as a reflector, I really feel it today. It's possible, no, not so much tomorrow. And then I kind of check back in a lunar cycle to feel and sense if it's still on my energy frequency timeline. Either way, thank you for my soul to my spirit and everything in the in-between. I was actually blessed to be a protege of Elder Malidoma Selmay, who truly is my friend. I felt like I was the stranger. I have a story about drinking beer with him, along with airport conversations, if you will. But in the Dagara, the tribe that Malidoma is from, being an elder, a medicine man, ritual truly is the foundation of our heart, our ancestors, the angelic beings, the beings in the unseen, petitioning the other world. This truly should be at the foundation of our invocation, our prayer. And being that this full moon is gone the full circulation in a way, like circular going full circle, it's actually more elevated as it's lunar. Since I'm a lunar being a reflector, I'll just say I percolate a little bit backwards, a little different. But I will repeat ritual in these few seconds here, at least to the end of this 2023 year, possibly forward. What am I saying? I don't know what I'm going to do in the future. I just reflect. So you start the habit of invoking, truly invoking, preparing, and doing, and even closing. Ritual is really a part of our personal medicine. It's part of our gift. It's part of our purpose. Being food for our soul. It's like universal life force or blood. And doing ritual or ceremony We've actually been doing this for years. In the West, it's probably considered a little hoodoo, voodoo, possibly a little witchy witchcraft, which actually is really pretty funny for me. One of my ancestors on my mother's side, the death of Susanna Martin, she's actually my great, probably greatest grand ancestor on my mother's side. My mother had the gift of sight. She's actually on the other side now. But there's a great story. And if you want to read about the death of my ancestor, the Salem witch trials in Massachusetts, I will for sure share the link in the comments if you are a curious soul. But it's in our bones. It's in our memoirs, our membranes. So what is even more inciting and exciting is that the lady who wrote this particular article was actually the descendant of one of my ancestors' accusers. So in her writing this story, this story, it's actually part of her healing her lineage of her family along with mine also, by really coming forward and acknowledging that her ancestors were in a wrongdoing. And that's how we really heal timelines, is, asking for forgiveness. Otherwise, karma, as we call it, plays out in our lineage as time and space goes forward. So healing one thing actually heals many things, particularly when somebody in our ancestral lineage has done something shifty. Really, seriously. So ritual is really an asset, healing all the wounds in a variety of lifetimes. Just my opinion, for sure, stay curious. So it's in doing a ritual that the door is actually opened. It's a gateway. It's a portal. And in this case, it's the shaman's portal. Listen to the Scorpio Sacred Spirit Circle if you are more curious about the shaman's portal. It's the ghost in the darkness. But for the full moon lunar eclipse in Taurus, we really are setting the stage from our new moon intentions, and we're casting the ring of fire, which I think I choreographed the wrong time. Not that that matters. I'm kind of fluid when it comes to time. Often I do have times when I don't even know what dimension I'm in. But I would say, were any of your intentions around partnering or relationships, did you create from the Libra ritual I created? Did you do an offering, create a ceremony or a ritual? And if you can, go ahead and share. I'd really love to hear it. But ritual has 4 phases, plus kind of a chapter in the in-between. Always invoke or pray first to an angel, an ancestor, the universe, a deity, whatever otherworldly being that you connect to, even a planet, an elemental, a spirit of the elementals, a guardian, a gatekeeper. We have a variety of options. So the first phase is really an invitation to sit with the other world, the spirits of all the things, and being a seer into the unseen during your invocation. This is when we state our intention or revisit our new moon intentions in this case. Maybe reflecting on which ones are coming to fruition and which ones maybe need a new scribe or a rewrite. Just saying it out loud. It's a very different frequency and a feeling when we say it out loud and use words. After that, we're actually going to prepare. I will also have the ingredients in the show notes for easier gathering, I'll say. After we prepare for the ceremony, the ritual, and we've gathered the elements, all the things, I like to sit or be in a place of sacred space. That's actually when I start, I'll say, the boundaries of protection, either with sage or ash or even drawing a barrier, a line barrier, first thing before we really dive deep into ritual. And then sit and be in a place of sacred space, tuning into nature. I like to bring out my shaman drum from Mongolia, light an outdoor fire. I'll even get that prepared beforehand. Playing the drum, I'm calling it all in. I have seriously brought friends over during a moon ritual, and they usually are so mesmerized. They're just like, wow, they want to come over and do it again with me. But if you don't know, I do sleep outside from the start of the spring, even under the rains. I do have a cover through until winter comes. I'm not even kidding, because nature is the place where I heal myself, and I also go to the other world to heal others. I'm under the comfort of the universe. It's galactic. It's the galaxy and all the beings. I love the crickets. But nature is really a universal healer. So after playing my drum and waiting in the energy of the lunarities of the illumination, we then actually do the offering, the ritual. You kind of know when the timing is right. And as always, I go back to the outdoor fire after I've done the ritual. I start the fire and then I invoke all the things, and then place it on a table. I usually go to my fairy mound if I'm going to be honest. But knowing we've already petitioned the unseen, and then we thank the assistance of all the helpers in closing and the spirits, and do a prayer of thanks, of offering, a gratitude, and just opening up our heart and blessing the assistance of the other world, the unseen beings, the universe, and all the things. Even your own higher self, your Sira, really so much more. So I'm just kind of giving you suggestions. You do you. But being that this full moon is the Earth star connected to Taurus, the area of our home where Scorpio is on the Earth plane, it's the pig and the dog. Taurus is the dragon and also the snake. In this case, it's the dog and the dragon, depending if we are a freshie in the season or the middle or the end. And being the dragon, the Earth is at an early degree. It's at 5. So this is the helpful people, I would say. It's truly our ancestral area of our home, not the whole other world. You can connect with an angelic being, Jeremiah for Scorpio, having the sunshine light upon what our heart truly desires, but knowing where to draw the line. In this case, it's our mind drawing the line. The angelic being of Taurus is Shamuel, the angelic being of pure love, raising our energy vibration and our frequency, which I find fantastic, to a higher elevated state of awareness. This reminds me of our Sira, but also we have the energy of Gemini, which has 2 angelic beings. Most people subscribe to Zadkiel for looking or seeing through a different set of eyes, a new perspective, where Ambriel is all about communication, invocation, even independence. So if your heart is calling you to connect with an angel, I would actually call in Ambriel. Taurus is what we manifest, so look to where Taurus is in your natal chart. This is the arena of how or where you manifest. I manifest by believing in the manifestation coming into fruition through what my heart loves and believes out into the world. So my very favorite heartfelt things, which actually has to do with the world, sitting in a sacred space, being curious like a wizard, of what I'm actually seeing and actually finding peace and humor with it all. It really is seeing through the eyes of creation. And Taurus is manifesting, producing, I would say, some optimistic thoughts. Be sure you do tune into the Musing Moon meditation for this Taurus full moon lunar eclipse. It's actually a fantastic meditation, if I don't say so. I mean, in all the percolating, you can see on the chart here, hopefully, I know sometimes I speak another language, but I'm trying to bring it down. The dog is Yang Earth. It's a mountain. What we do is a Yang Mountain Earth, if you've listened to me, or a dog, we go to the mountain to tell our secrets, which is actually curious because Scorpio's what's hidden, what's in the dark, the unseen, right? It's the other side of the line. And it doesn't come to us, the mountain. The mountain is solid. So it's the top of the mountain. This is where we gain a higher perspective, a panoramic view from being on top of the mountain. So you can see the energy there. It's in the metal direction. Metal is at its peak. It's rising. Water is rising. It's the most yin. And earth is in the middle. It's being the mountain there. I don't know if you can see the little characters, the elementals there off to the left. But that's the direction we're in. And the tree at the base is opposing metal. So metal chops at nature. It kind of pokes the bear. But it's in true decline. It's very weak, that energy. And then the opposing force during this Taurus full moon lunar eclipse, this ritual, we've got the dragon. So this really is all about embracing the wisdom of the earth, the mountain. So the items you're going to need: a small dish of soil or a potted plant representing the earth, a bowl of moon water in case I have a bottle of water preparing here, river water, rainwater, just anything that represents water for you. Make sure it's in a glass container. Different reason for that. Incense, a feather for air, even smudging with any form of sage. I'm going with incense and a feather, or both. Actually, you can use the feather to move the smoke. A piece of metal, whether it's a coin, a piece of jewelry, you want a stone, like a crystal or a piece of granite, even a stone you actually find outdoors on a hike out in nature. And you also want a white candle. So first, we want to do an invocation to connect with the unseen world using words. So it's best to be outdoors in the night, as that is when the other world is alive and well. And the steps for this ritual, again, I like to invoke during and while I'm gathering items. You can do that anytime. I may even take them outside with me or leave them on a dish. I kind of do that. A preparation dish. If you've done ritual with me, I do all the things out in nature's outdoors. But the element of earth, I may go to my ancestors, grab some dirt from the cemetery. And if you don't know, working with the dirt or the soil, it carries a vibration of where it came from. So you have either the spirits of the land, dirt from the forest floor is for grounding and growth and protection and also wellness, to really work with the earth mother, the fae, and also bring in the green man, of course. And if you have experienced a cowrie shell divination, you've probably seen the green man in my divinations. You can bring in dirt from a cemetery or a graveyard. This is fantastic for actually banishing spells and cords and bindings, and offerings to our ancestors and offerings to deities of the other world. If that makes you feel a little funky, you can also use mullein or even patchouli. But dirt at a crossroads is fantastic for opening up new roads, new pathways, decision making, especially if you're at a crossroads. Even offerings to Hecate, the goddess of the crossroads, sand from a beach. That's otherworldly for intuition. If you're feeling blocked or dreams and cleansing. Offerings to Erenrod. That's a Celtic goddess of the moon and the stars, a star goddess of reincarnation, and just fitting right in there, right? So she's actually considered to many to be the moon goddess, just saying. And since I follow the moon, it feels fantastic. But back to the element of earth, the quality of this element is grounding, stabilizing, nurturing energies and qualities. So at this point, you really want to connect with the earth by massaging and touching the soil, just really feeling it. You may even just visualize the roots, connecting them to the ground. The next thing you want to do is literally hold up the bowl of water for peace and reconciliation, being in the flow and healing, emotions, intuition. I would probably dip my fingers in the water, feel the soothing energy, really feeling into the frequency of it. You can also go to fresh moving water out in nature and just really reflecting on your emotional foundation, energy in motion. And as you do this, reflecting on your emotions, feelings, and also your intentions. So during this full lunar moon eclipse, after you dip your fingers in the water, you want to flick the water on all of your elementals because you're flicking in peace and reconciling, and you're forgiving, you're getting clarity. That's what water does for us. And flicking it on all of your elements. After you've connected to the element of water, you then want to hold up your incense and your feather or both. And air has the quality of communication through messages. Messages are carried upon the air waves. You can't catch air, but after lighting the incense, allowing the smoke to rise, then you bring in the coins and the jewelry. Metal is fantastic for deflecting and flicking off negative energy, protecting, defending. I invite you to hold the metal, whatever you choose, and focus on your goals and channeling in the determination that our heart needs to really achieve them. And then hold up your stone or crystal, whatever you chose. So the stone strengthens, it holds, it toughens. Stone is also how we can actually draw the line, create the boundary, holding other elementals in their place, like creating a boundary around a fire, around your house, like a fence. But as you hold the stone is symbolic of inner strength, grounding within yourself, and bringing that further into the present moment. And then display your items, the earth, the water, all the things, your feather, representing air, the incense already burning, the coins, jewelry, the stones or crystals. Then really go ahead and light your candle after you've done that, the white candle. And I would probably suggest that you put a sigil on it, carving into it, a rune, an ogam. That's what I tend to do, anointing the candle. And I have options for what essential oil blends are for each moon. My natal moon's in Scorpio, so I'm probably going to utilize those essential oils. Also the Taurus, now that's a fantastic thing there, is you don't have to use oils. You can actually gather herbs for your moon. Where's the moon when you were born? Be creative. The white candle represents communications, thoughts. It's white. It also brings in the element of fire because a candle represents the unity of the full moon's illumination. And you want to put it in the center of all of the things you've gathered. Where it represents the unity of all these elementals coming together. So we have nurturing, reconciling, inner peace, water. We have angels, we have air beings, metal and stone, we've got genies. So take a few moments, and be in the sacred space, the sacred place, and reflect on your connection. What did you connect with the elemental energies? And finish with thanking them. Literally heartfelt. You're going to feel totally transformed. Along with the goddess of the moon, the Erin rod, because she is the triple goddess. That's kind of what I'm feeling. But after the moon ritual, it would be actually fantastic if you could really share any insights, your intentions, or blessings that you do experience. But also the element of stone in ritual provides like the complete representation of the element of earth. It holds the memories, the memoirs of everything that has ever been, whether it's in our bones or on the earth plane, the stones and the bones. So the stone will really assist you to connect with grounding, but also stabilizing the energies, the foundation, with the Taurus full moon lunar eclipse. And stabilize, it's like emotions are taking form. In this case, it's about nurturing, belonging, and identifying with the depths of our soul. I have a gathering of like-minded spirits, by the way, and souls on the third Friday of the month. The first one was on October 20th. These are at 1:30 p.m. Central, 10:30 a.m. Pacific. The first one's all about gift and purpose. So if you're kind of feeling called, join me in spilling the tea. All you need to do is subscribe to the Musing News on my website, tonyadee.tv. Stay curious and question everything. You can find the essential oils for your particular moon sign on my resource page. Fantastic stuff there. And really, elevate, make this fun. I like the word fantastic. I went from great to fantastic. Just remember having a heartfelt feeling, intention. It's the feelings of laughter and joy and peace and so much more. Basically, it's the cantomblays. I feel my cantomblays. Until next time, ashe and blessings. And as always, I will see you on the other side.